about to show you what is actually behind me.
This is not good. This is not good. I didn't know you were gonna make me do this in front of you. I thought I was just gonna like secretly make a pile.
You weren't gonna make shit.
Hey publishers, do me a favor and start making books the same sizes, because I don't understand. Like how? How and why? Honestly, ugh, I'm stressed. Do they make sense here? Absolutely not. Are we leaving them here? For now. This has been a very harrowing journey. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am about to reveal one of my great shames, one of my deepest, darkest secrets. I pride myself on being very organized, very OCD, but what you see behind me is not the full story. Are we surprised? There is more to this story, and I'm about to show you what is actually behind me, just not in the view of the camera. Ready? This is actually what's behind me. A whole bunch of books that I cannot fit up here. So that's what we're here to deal with today. Ignore my band-aid. I had a boo-boo, a nail situation. We are going to try and fit all of these books onto my shelves. If that means I have to get rid of some things, that's just a problem I need to deal with. I have recruited some help. I have asked for Katie to sprint with me because I know she is cutthroat when it comes to getting rid of books and unhauling books.
No.
I can't get rid of all of them. That would be crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So if anyone is going to keep me honest, it's her. We are going to sprint, and while we do that, I am going to attempt to reorganize these shelves. I may even not just shelve the books that are here, but like literally change the whole thing because I'm not loving my background. There's a lot of books that I love that you can't see when I'm filming here, and I like that it's organized by thriller, romance, and fantasy, but that means that the only thing that people can see for the most part is romance. So I think I may try and make this center focal shelf like all of my favorite books regardless of the genre. That's what I'm thinking. This is gonna be a process. I'm hoping I can get this done tonight, but
This is not gonna be done tonight. I'm now realizing.
Oh, it's not gonna be finished tonight.
I thought I was gonna do this tonight. I thought this was gonna be like a 3-hour process.
I also don't have much faith. I'm gonna pop an energy drink, I'm gonna start sprints, and I'm gonna see how much we can get done. There's nothing I hate more than a disorganized shelf. There's also nothing I hate more than getting rid of books. So these are like my two sides, my Gemini twins warring with each other. But we gotta do what we gotta do. And I will take you with me along this very difficult journey. Wish me luck.
Like, I have no problem getting rid of books. I just, yeah. I say that and then I'm like,
Yeah.
that's true.
Okay, because it's the first one you're doing, we should do it live and not on a sprint.
But I'm keeping all of these.
Yeah.
Are we doing poorly already?
So you only have 2 Adrian McKinty?
Yes.
Well then, now you only have 1 Adrian.
So if I don't like something, I should get rid of it, even if I have other books by that author? Is that the lesson we're learning?
Yes. Wait, what? Why are you putting it back on the damn shelf?
Because I want to read it. Like, I want to like it. These are all YA books that I got at a book run in like 2017 and have not picked up since.
I don't think you're getting any closer to picking them up.
I didn't know you were going to make me do this in front of you. I thought I was just going to like secretly make a pile.
You weren't gonna make shit.
Really now?
Yeah, no.
Maybe. So maybe.
Sorry, keep going.
Look how few books I have right now. I'm like not gonna have any books left.
You are gonna have so fucking many books left.
It's skinny, so it wouldn't take a lot of space.
No.
So your answer is just to get rid of everything unless it was a 5-star, is what I'm finding out.
No, if it's a 4-star, that's also fine. At 3.5, it's beautiful.
It's pretty.
So somehow Katie convinced me to get rid of 50 of my thrillers. So this is what's left of that very crowded shelf. And then these are the horror that are left. But this over here is everything I've gotten rid of so far. I honestly don't even recognize myself right now. I'm panicking, but I'm okay with it, I think. So now we're sprinting and I am working on the romance shelf. And so far, everything I've taken off of the shelf, I'm keeping. So far. All right, so it's the next day and this is a much bigger project than I thought. I have a lot of work to do. None of this is the way I want it. None of it, not even a bit. The original plan that I worked on until 1 in the morning was to get these white books, which I really like the look of, on the top. Now I feel like it's super overcrowded and I wanted to have all the Sarah J. Maas together. That looks super crowded. So we're gonna have to do that over for sure. When I'm filming, you can pretty much only see this shelf, and a little bit of this shelf. So I figured favorite fantasy, favorite thriller horror, and then favorite romances, and then carry on with like fantasy. Same thing over here. It's like the ones that I've read, more of my TBR fantasy books. I carried on with the horror and thrillers that I read, and thrillers that I haven't read. I did the same thing over here, thrillers that I've read, but then this is a mix of have and haven't read. I don't know why I feel like I have more books than I did before. Like, I don't know how that's possible. I did favorite romance authors, and then I carried over there with the books that I thought were going to be all the same size, sort of like Kindle Unlimited indie-ish romances. That is somehow where we are, and I'm confused because, again, I feel like I have just as many books as I started with, and I don't know how that's possible because if you'll walk with me, look at how much I got rid of. Like, I swear to God, when I tell you, I thought I was going to get rid of like 10 books. It was like whatever I had to get rid of to fit what I wanted to shelve. And yet, this is the situation. I now have to figure out how to either donate all of these or start a Pango Books and figure out how to do that. It's like, it feels really good. A lot of these I've been hanging on to for so long, and for what? But then it also feels like, oh my God, I just get rid of all my books. But then at the same time, I somehow still have thousands. I also haven't gone through that shelf yet at all. So this is a big, what is that lighting? Let's find some light. Okay, there we go. So this is a big project. I am totally overwhelmed. I feel like I'm doing like bits and pieces so sporadically that I'm not even sure like how to make it make sense. Ugh, I'm stressed. I'm stressed and overwhelmed. I don't know how to film until I get this done, so I have to get this done so that I can start filming again. I need to film a wrap up. I need to start working on December videos, which I know it's November, but things are not going well. What else is new? But right now I am going to go in the living room and I am going to attempt to hang up the floating shelves that I bought months ago. Shh. So loud. I've been putting off putting them up because I'm like so afraid that I'm not gonna be able to do it because I'm like not super handy. That's why like my furniture in my apartment, like I put all of it together myself. Anytime I get a compliment or anyone comes over and they're like, oh, I love that. I'm like, don't lean on it. I built it myself. Don't lean on it, because I don't really trust myself. So we're gonna go try to do that. Wish me luck. So this is the next step. I have this giant wall. It's literally big. It's a big wall. And I've never done anything with it. So I finally bought these shelves. So they go on the wall like that. And then you put the books in this way. And then I also got a few of these so that I can do some like floating shelves here. You have to figure out how to hang these, where to hang them, and then we can take some of our favorite series or most pretty looking books and bring them in here. And then we'll be able to clear out some space in there to figure out what to put where. I only have like 2 hours, so let's see what we can get done.
second dance are such a dream. My friends think she's so dumb and stupid, but I won't tell anyone. Not a soul that when we are alone, she's touching me. Well, I'm a sucker for it, give it to me. The way she's looking at me, she's so damn perfect. It's so damn worth it, the secret we keep. Yeah, I'm a sucker for
Things have taken a turn, guys. Things have taken a turn. I made some boo-boos. Are we surprised at all? Why do I think I could do these things by myself? Let me see if I can show you. It's not good, guys. It's not good. So we made a few boo-boos with some extra holes accidentally. Ignore the books that are up here. These are not like final placements. I literally just wanted to see if it was even, which it is not. So we're gonna need some caulking situations going. Yes, that's right, I said caulking. We need some caulk. Need some caulk up in here. Still have to do that side. I'm gonna do 3 more of those in between those. And things aren't going well. Things are not going according to plan. I saw this coming. I knew this was going to be, this is why I put this off. I bought these probably 3 months ago, and I have been hesitating putting them up for 3 months because I was convinced that I would not be able to do it and do it evenly and do it right and do it correctly and do it safely, and I was right. I was right, but my hand has been forced by my reorganization declaration, and so here we are. So I'm gonna attempt to do those last 3, and then we are going to have to figure out how to even out the wooden ones, I think. And then, not today, but another day, we're gonna have to patch the little boo-boos that we have. That is what's going on. I'm starting to like this shelf. I don't know if it's gonna stay this way, but I'm starting to. And then I've got this shelf, which I am still waiting for my holiday edition of Fourth Wing. I don't know why it didn't come. It just says order placed, and I don't understand, and I'm angry, and I'm sad because everyone else has theirs. Anyway, moving on. I have the Battle of Never After facing out because she is my favorite of the series, and she's cute. So why not? This, I have no idea what I'm doing with. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's not making me happy aesthetically. And we have some blanks still. We have some blanks around, so there's still some room for moving. Got some over here that I need to deal with. Got some situations over here that I need to deal with. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. However, I did get rid of another, like, 16 books from my Book of the Month shelf, which were just split-second decisions. I have been holding on to a lot of these for a very long time, thinking one day I would read them. And some of them I have read, but I mean, I've had these, I think this is like the first one I ever got from Book of the Month, or close to it. Let's see, October 2017, and like I still haven't picked it up. So am I ever going to? I don't think so. So that is the state of the nation at this moment. I am gonna keep working on this, but I'm losing strength, y'all. I'm losing strength, I'm losing hope, I'm losing faith. I don't know how long this is gonna take me. I don't know when this video is gonna come out. I am stressed, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm gonna throw on some time lapse here while I do some more. Please don't look at my appearance. We're in a ragamuffin state, and that's just the way it is. It's not about me, it's about the shelves. Focus on the shelves, okay? Okay, cool, bye. I'm calling it. I'm calling it a night. I have other things that I need to do, like leave the house. I have a decent amount left to do, but not too much. So it is wrapping up, sort of. I'm still not thrilled with certain aspects, but I will show you where we're leaving off tonight, and then we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Let's put a light on, or more of a light. Oh, that's like straight pink. That is something else. Can't even see it, but she's pink. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on. This has shifted slightly. I moved a couple of things out into the living room that were up here that didn't really fit in, and I moved a few things over here that size-wise just fit a little bit better. But here's where things changed. I moved this shelf from over there to over here. By the way, I chopped all my nails off because I was over it. I didn't have time to get them done today, so I couldn't stand them catching on my hair, so I literally just cut them all off. Never done that before, but we're gonna have to deal with it tomorrow because I don't have time tonight. Just ignore them, don't look at them, don't look at me. Okay, cool. Here's where I'm struggling, because the plan originally was to sort of do like fantasy across the top, and then thrillers across the middle, and then romance across there. But I just wasn't liking the way it looked. It looked too confusing. So I moved these over, and then what I did was I kept this shelf completely thriller, horror. That is everything. I have these ones left, and they obviously will not take up a whole shelf. So that is where I stopped, because I was like, I don't know what to do. So I have to deal with those. I'm not crazy about this shelf, but there's only so much I can do when books are not the same size. Hey, publishers, do me a favor and start making books the same sizes, because I don't understand. I don't understand how you can have all the same size paperbacks and then all of a sudden something much smaller. Like how? How and why? Honestly. Again, I don't know if this is the final product. I doubt it. But for now, we have all of the horror thriller here. But because I did this, I then have all of this fantasy as well as that fantasy right there, that pile, that I need to find a place for. So the question is, I really do like the shelf, and I like that it's at like eye level to the camera. So I don't know whether I should continue with romance from here down, or do I continue the fantasy on this shelf with these remaining books that I still have, and then the romance would literally be sort of relegated to the bottom two, which is kind of sad. Also, I haven't figured out that bottom shelf yet. I still don't love it. Didn't even mention, but my book of the month box came today, so I got Check and Mate, and I need to fit her in here. So that has to happen. I also picked up, what did I get? Where is it? I also got Happiness Falls this month, so I just got that today. And I also got my hands on this one today. There's a little haul for you. But yeah, so that's where we are. I have all of this romance to figure out, as well as this pile here. I have all of this fantasy to figure out, as well as these piles here. And then I think we'll finally be done. I'm hoping I'm close. I'm hoping I'm close to the finish line. I never thought this would take me as long as it has. And honestly, it's because half of the time I'm just sitting here staring at them, trying to come up with new ideas. That is where we are. I have to go out into the world. Nobody's less excited than me. So tomorrow is Friday, I think. Thursday? I don't know. I need to clean this apartment from top to bottom first thing in the morning. I also need to go get my nails done tomorrow because I cannot live like this. I don't think I've seen my fingers this stubby in 15 years, maybe? Look at me, I'm like a little stubby little girl. Once all of those things are complete, then I should be able to finish this, and then I can edit this and get this up. And also I can film the unhaul and start figuring out the Pango books of it all and see if I can get that up and running. And one of these days I'll read a book again. Today's not that day, but one day. All right, I'm out. Peace.
Trying to find some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight. Didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay.
Let me show you what I did in here. Keep in mind, these holes need to be filled in. I may try and even some of this out. I think I just need like a hand, because when I was trying to measure with the measuring tape, I can't always reach it far enough by myself. But until then, this is temporarily done. We'll try and hide, you know, the holes as best we can. But let me show you what I put out here. So majority of what I decided to put out here is fantasy, with the exception of a few horror thriller. And I really focused on the prettiest books I own, as well as some favorite series and a lot of my favorite sprayed edges. I also tried to make sure that everything was in the scheme of black and red. So there's a couple of exceptions, but they're pretty hidden. House of Hunger, it is one of my favorite book covers of the year, and it has the black and red. So I decided to face it out. I have the Crescent City books up here, again with the red and the gold and the black, felt appropriate. Up here I have When Night Breaks and When Dreams Descend. These are just editions that I really, really like. I can't remember, I want to say they're Owl Crate, but I could totally be wrong. I just like how they don't have a dust jacket. Down here I have some Grady Hendrix. These are most of the hardcover Grady Hendrix I have. There's more on my other shelf in my office of favorite horror, but these just went together. They're the same size, and two of the three are some of my favorites. So I'll let you decide which ones those might be. And then we have Hellbent and Ninth House. They're just simple. They're simplistic with the black and the gray, and I just like the look of them. And then we move over here. So we have Empire of the Vampire. I just am obsessed with this cover. I actually have not finished this book yet. Started it, didn't finish it. Up here we have Amina Al-Sarafi, again, beautiful edition. It has the Fairy Loot sprayed edges. So does the book behind it. I love it, but I haven't read it yet. Up here, these two, I have not read yet, but I plan to read them very, very soon. Then I have the Caraval series. No other reason other than that it just fit the theme of what's going on out here. These are very dark colors, and the other series are very bright colors, so I didn't mind separating them. Of course, I have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. These also have sprayed edges, so I like that you'll be able to see them, having them be out like this as opposed to on a regular shelf. Over here I have Dowry of Blood. I love this edition so much, and this book. The sprayed edges I think are my favorite part. I just love the damask, like red and black, just does something for me. And then I also have Babel up here, another Fairy Loot edition. It's gorgeous. I actually thought about taking off the dust jacket because I really like the hardcover underneath, but for now I'm leaving it as is. That is everything that I put in the living room. Most of it was done just because of the colors or their favorite series or their favorite covers. And now let's go into the office and show you what happened in there. Welcome back to the office. She is officially, sort of, mostly put back together. Mostly. Here's the thing with bookshelves. It is an ever-evolving situation. Books come in, books go out. When I pull things down for my TBR, this is totally going to leave holes the way it stands right now, noticeable holes. Whereas before, when things were sort of shoved and stacked, it didn't really seem noticeable when I took some things off of the shelf. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit more wary of that as far as when I'm filming. I don't want big gaping holes behind me. I will just quickly show you what I was thinking. I'm gonna tell you right now, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but aesthetically, it works for me. I sort of focused on aesthetics for the most part. I focused on color, size, facing books out that are either pretty or favorites. So the groupings don't always make a lot of sense, but we're just gonna go with it. It works for me for now, and maybe we'll change it again soon, but for now, we're gonna live with this a little while and see how it goes. I feel like as a reader, you're never really 100% happy with your shelves because there's always a better way to organize them. But for now, I honestly can't look at it anymore, and I need to move on with my life. I need to start filming again. I need to start reading again. So let me show you more or less the organization thought process. Up here, we have sci-fi. That's basically all the sci-fi I have. I'm pretty sure. It's a teeny tiny collection and it seemed fitting for a high shelf. Now we go down here. These are all of my young adult mystery thriller series that I am either in the middle of or looking forward to. I think I'm actually in the middle of all of them, but they just fit nicely. They're all the same size and they fit nicely stacked there. Next to that, I have hardcover books. Most of them are the same size with the exception of these three. From here over, these are all unread thriller horror books. Down here, I have unread thriller horror books, except for In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, which I did read and I love this book, and so I wanted it facing out. I also did read these two, so they're on here just because they fit on here, but everything else is unread and most of them are book of the month. They're all the same size, which makes me happy aesthetically. Down here we have all book of the month for the most part again, but all of these I've actually read already. This is not a favorite, but it is a favorite cover. So anytime I get a chance to face her out, I'm going to. This is kind of my least favorite shelf as far as thriller horror is concerned because they're all different sizes and god damn it, it makes me mad. I wanted Mayfly facing out because that's looking like a top tier book for the year, and also this cover, come on. But we've got Jennifer McMahon and T. Kingfisher, of which I have very different sized books, so those are kind of shoved there. Same thing with CJ Tudor. Here's where it starts to really not make sense. Down here, these are fantasy. Why are they on the thriller shelf? Why not? They're sort of just shoved down here because of space and size. Assistant to the Villain was a favorite this year, and I feel really bad about having it on this shelf. Aside from that, these are all series that I'm either in the middle of or have read completely, so I can't get rid of them, but I also don't feel the need to like have them be front and center. The same thing down here. I think these young adult fantasy we were talking about during the sprints, like why am I holding on to them? And for some reason I can't bring myself to let them go. I got rid of a few, but I can't bring myself to get rid of these. I don't know why, but I'm thinking I might do a try a chapter or like these books expire if I don't read them in a certain time. So these don't really make sense being over here. It is what it is. And I didn't want all of my romance to be on the bottoms, so I sort of split up the other shelf with fantasy romance, allowing some of the romance to be on higher shelves. I'll show you when we get there. So that is shelf one. Shelf two is the main focal point when I'm filming. So I wanted to, I think I've said this a million times in this video, but I wanted to show favorite books, favorite series, favorite authors from a variety of genres, so you could get kind of a sense of what kind of reader I am just by looking behind me. A lot of these shelves don't actually make it onto camera when I'm filming, but these do. So on this top shelf, I have the Nevernight series. I also have the Jade City series up here, and I've only read the first of that, but I already know that this is going to be a favorite series unless something goes horribly wrong, and I doubt that. I also have my Brandon Sanderson, all of the UK Teeny White editions that I really, really like. And then we've got our Sarah Janet. Now, obviously, some of Sarah is out in the living room at this point. The one eyesore in this shelf is the Assassin's Blade. Tell me why I can't get it in this edition. Tell me why. Somebody tell me why. Also, if you notice, I don't have Tower of Dawn for the exact same reason. So if anybody knows how to get their hands on this and Tower of Dawn in these editions, please let a girl know. Down here, we have some more favorite fantasy series. I just really like all of these books and I want them facing out. Now, this shelf is favorite horror mystery thrillers. I have S.A. Cosby and Ashley Audrain. I have Stephen King. I have one of my all-time favorite books, literally might be my all-time favorite book now, The Last House on Needless Street. I will never shut up about this book for the rest of my life. I won't. I refuse. Then I have some more favorite horror, favorite thriller, If We Were Villains, Slewfoot, Nat Cassidy. I have some more Grady Hendrix and Mona Awad, as well as Riley Sager. I am missing a couple of these. They have been lent out to a very important human. Shout out to that human who also happened to give me this. What are the odds? Down here, I have some favorite romance authors. So we have Christina Lauren, of course, Emily Henry and Allie Hazelwood. I think those are my top tier at this point. And Tessa Bailey, which also is a top tier romance author for me. So down here, I have read these. And then it goes right into books that I have not read. Have not read all of these. They're pretty much the same size. Then we go up here, we have Every Heart a Doorway series. I have Olivia Blake up there, Serpent and Dove up there, The Damned, only because they're all the same size, and I also have the Cruel Prince series up there. I don't know why, I just do, okay? Just go with it. I have some fantasy here, some TBR, some red. Throne of the Fallen, of course, has to face out because she's new and she's pretty and she's fancy and I love her. I have a bunch more fantasy. Most of this is unread. And right in the center, the focal point of this shelf is those Fairy Loot sprayed edges, because why not? I'm paying good money for these. I should probably show them off. Down here, I have the tall paperback fantasies that make me so very happy because they're all the same size. Obviously, these are not fantasy, but they fit on this shelf. Obviously, this is not fantasy, but it fit on this shelf. Just go with it. Then we move down to all of these sort of indie released romances. A lot of these are being traditionally published now, but initially they were indie released and they're all the same size. So I'm happy about that. Then we have some more favorite romance authors. And then down here, I have all of my witchy rom-coms and then all of my Christmas rom-coms. I have read about half of those and half are on the TBR this year. So that is everything on these shelves. So over here, I've got a bunch of books that I've read, mostly thriller, but a few other genres mixed in here. Some favorite authors, couple TBR books like Good Bad Girl by Alice Feeney, and a few of the Lisa Jewels, but for the most part, everything up here I've already read. Is the Paris Department a favorite? No, it absolutely is not. But do I like the cover? Yes, I do. Some love it, some hate it. That pink just works for me. Can't explain it, won't explain it. Okay. And then finally, on the most random shelf in the entire room, I've sort of shoved everything over here that didn't fit over there, because this shelf is not in the view of the camera, like, ever. So the only person who has to look at this mess is me. So on the top, we've got the Hunger Games. We've got our teeny Harry Potter shrine. Down here, we have some YA books that I just can't get rid of. In the middle here, this makes absolutely no sense. I have a historical fiction, a nonfiction, a romance, woman's fiction, I guess, and a fantasy. Do they make sense here? Absolutely not. Are we leaving them here? For now. Over here, some more favorite YAs and some not so favorite. Down here, I have most of my literary fiction as well as historical fiction. So these are the books that it's very hard for me to bring myself to pick up, even though I know that most of them are very well loved. I just don't tend to reach for those genres, but I'm hoping having them here when I'm sitting at my desk staring at them, it will intrigue me enough to pick them up. I have read all of the Kristen Hannas I have, but everything else on that shelf is unread, and that's a damn shame. Over here, I have some historical romance, as well as Ellen Hildebrand, and some more sort of really random stuff, including some YA thrillers. Don't ask, don't tell, okay? Then on the bottom shelf, I have what was remaining of my thriller horrors. These are all like paperbacks, weird sizes. Over here, I have a comedian biography, because why not? Over here we have the Selection series and the Laura Jean series and Life of Pi, which was the addition from my last show on Broadway. I have Cassandra Clare. I haven't gotten rid of it. I don't know when I will. And then what didn't fit on the shelf, these are all the indie romances, most of which I got from Reveal Book Box, which was a subscription that I gave a try. I really did like the subscription and I actually highly recommend it, but I ended up after like 3 or 4 months of doing it having all of these books that I hadn't even touched. So they are here waiting for me, and I think I'm gonna maybe do a try a chapter of these. Clearly I'm not prioritizing these in any way, but at the same time I don't want to get rid of them because there might be some gems in there. So I think I'm gonna do a try a chapter, and I'm gonna see what I want to hang on to and what I want to get rid of, what intrigues me, what doesn't. That will be a video for another day. And that's everything. So this is the angle I believe you would see if I was filming. Let's see what it actually looks like in real life and wrap this video up, shall we? Again, I'm not crazy about it, but it's certainly better than it was. I like that I can see some of my favorite fantasy. I'm certainly blocking out some of my favorite thriller horror, which is a little frustrating, but I've also got some books that I like on the sides, so I'm not too angry at this. We're gonna live with it for a little while. We're gonna see how it goes. We will be decorating for Christmas shortly, so we're gonna have to change it all up again. anyway, but this is it. This is what it looks like. My shelves are back in order, my nails are back in order, and I can move on with my life. I still can't believe how many books I got rid of. Look forward to an unhaul in the very near future because I will be filming that soon, and hopefully I'll be able to figure out Pango Books and maybe include a link in there. I will also be filming a bookshelf tour. So I sort of gave you an idea of where I put everything, but I'm going to go into depth of every single book on these shelves, and that's coming out very soon too. So look forward to that. Look forward to the unhaul. And I can't believe I got rid of like 160 books. Like, who even am I? I don't know. A few of you asked how many books I actually had. I did a little counting. Now, this is not going to be a completely accurate number because I have several books that I've lent out to people. Gotta be honest with you, I don't remember how many that is. I especially don't remember the books I gave my sister because I've been giving her books for like 2 years now. But this is the best number I could come up with. I did include everything that's in here as well as everything that's on the new shelves in the living room, which, by the way, I will link those down below if they're on Amazon. So I will put the link down below if you're interested. The grand total from what I can come up with of how many books I physically own today, I think, is 723. So we are not quite a library, which would mean I would need to have 1,000. I will do another thorough count when I do my bookshelf tour. I'll go into like how many of each genre, how many read and unread, that kind of thing. But for now, 723. I don't know whether I should be horrified or super duper proud, so let me know. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for going on this incredibly harrowing journey with me. Thank you to Katie for being the exact firm hand that I needed to actually purge some books that I've been holding on to for such a long time. I couldn't have done it without her. I couldn't have done it without all of you that joined in on those sprints. If you missed those sprints and you're interested, I will link that down below as well because it's pretty embarrassing. I'll link that down below. I will link Katie's channel down below if for some reason you're living under a rock. I'm gonna go move on with my life, and I'm so excited because now I get to read and film and have things organized without piles of books in every corner of my apartment. Things are looking up, guys. Things are looking up. If you made it this far into the video, let's leave a bunny emoji as a little shout out to Katie for helping me out. It sounds like I'm obsessed with this girl, which I am, but like, I don't need to talk about it this much. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. Hopefully. Bye.